Good morning, my name is Sarita Downs. I work for the Association for Supportive Childcare, and I'm bringing you today's science activity. So before you begin any science activity, it's really important that you have all the materials you need. So today you'll need crayons. It has to be crayons for the activity to work correctly. You also will need a spray bottle full of water. If you have food coloring, you can also add food coloring. If you don't have a spray bottle, you're perfectly fine with using a bowl and filling it with water. Eventually, your child will be able to put their hand in the bowl of water and be able to flick the water. You also will need to get some paper as well. And you're all set to begin. When you do a science activity, it's really important that you also get your child curious and excited to what you're going to do. And so for today's science activity, you will need ahead of time to look up the San Diego Zoo and look for their live stream of the penguins. And so this will be a great way for your child to see what is happening to the animals when we're all at home. So here you go. So you're going to show your child the video. You're not just going to show it to them. You're going to have a conversation with them. You're going to ask them, what animal is this? What are they doing? What do you see around them? You're going to ask them, how many wings does it have? Does it have arms? Do penguins have feet? What kind of mouth does a penguin have? Does it have teeth? Does it have a beak? You even can ask your child if a penguin is heavier or lighter than like a ladybug, or if a penguin is heavier or lighter than an owl. And so these types of questions are really great and help your child not only express their ideas, but it also helps them start to form connections to things that they already know. Next, after you ask these questions, it's time to draw a penguin. But I don't want you to worry, because I'm going to give you a technique that you can use with your child that will make it easier hopefully make it easier for you and for them to draw. And so that is using different shapes. Not only is thinking of an animal or an object in different shapes a great way for them to start to recognize different shapes around them, you can also teach them different properties. So here we go. I'm going to start with the penguin's head. When you draw the penguin's head, you'll tell your child it's a circle. A circle is like a ball. It's round. It has no sides. Next, you'll ask your child about the size of the penguin. Do they want it to be really tall? Do they want it to be short? So we'll make an oval. An oval is like a ball, but you squish it. So next you'll draw an oval. Then you'll want to draw the wings. A way we can think of the wings is to make a J, but we're going to flip it around. You'll tell your child a penguin has 2 different wings. Then you'll want to draw the feet. You'll do that by making O's. This could be a good time for you to tell your child that a penguin has webbed toes. So its toes aren't like our toes. Then you'll get to the face. And for the face, you'll want to draw a beak. You'll explain that you're going to make your beak like a triangle. A triangle has 3 points. And you'll make the eyes. I'll draw a letter M like McDonald's. Then I'll add the 2 eyes like this. And for the body, for the belly, we're going to make an N. And there's a simple way that you can draw a penguin with your child. So you can do this at the same time your child is drawing and talk them through the shapes. Or if you're drawing it, it's a great time for you to, just like I did, explain the different shapes. After you draw the penguin, then your child will color the penguin. I have mine already finished. Here it is. Next, you'll talk about a habitat. This will be a new word for your child. And so when you're talking to them about a habitat, you'll want to explain a habitat is like a home. It's like the environment where they live. So you're asking your child, what habitat do penguins live in? Do you think they live in Arizona? They come from here, where it's hot, where it's a desert? And your child will probably say no. This would be a good time if you already have a picture of Antarctica. Many penguins live there. And so you'll talk about how the habitat in Antarctica is really cold. There's a lot of snow. The ocean waters can be frozen. Then you'll ask your child, what do you do when you get cold? And so I hope you noticing as I'm asking these questions that I'm not giving the child the answer. I want to leave it a little more open-ended so to encourage them to think and come up with the answer. Eventually, your child will probably tell you that they need their sweater. You'll ask them, why do you need your sweater? How does your sweater help you and keep you warm? You'll want to have your child understand that when you put on a sweater, it helps protect your skin and keep it from getting really, really cold and freezing. The next connection you want to help your child make is that it's about the penguin. You'll ask them, does a penguin wear a coat? Your child will hopefully be able to understand that a penguin's feathers protect them. It protects their body and keeps them from getting really, really cold and freezing. Next will be a good time for your child to feel the penguin. Your child will hopefully be noticing that the penguin feels really smooth. You could even talk about that a crayon is made out of wax, and this wax makes things really smooth. Now you'll need to get your spray bottle. I'm going to give my penguin a bath, and you'll ask your child, what do you think will happen to the penguin if we give it a bath? I'm going to spray 3 squirts of water. You can choose how many, and your child can count as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. As this is happening, you'll talk about, oh, did anything happen to the penguin? You'll notice that the paper is getting wet, but if your child feels it, they'll notice that the crayon, the wings of the penguin, still feel smooth. When it dries all the way, it'll still feel the same. This is a great time to explain that the crayon, it protected the penguin's body and kept it from getting really, really cold. You can explain then it's the same way with a real penguin. Real penguins, underneath their feathers, their body makes this special kind of oil. And this oil keeps their feathers from freezing. That's the end of the science activity. But in order to keep your child curious and interested, it would be a great time for you to, when the paper dries all the way, mine's still a little bit wet, for you to label the different parts of the penguin. You can have your child write, or you could even write the word penguin if your child is younger, using a highlighter. Then they can trace the letters. Your child could write a sentence, some sentences about what they just learned. Next, you could even read a book. In the description, I put there's a story called Pierre the Penguin, and it's based off of a real penguin in the United States. That could be a wonderful story for your child to get more excited and interested to learn about a penguin. There's also real videos on the news from Pierre the Penguin. There's a video I put in there so you can dance like penguins. I also, before I leave, I wanted to let you know that the Reid Park Zoo in Arizona also has a live camera video of different animals. So if your child is interested in other animals, this is a great way for you to go on a trip to the zoo while we're at home right now. So I hope you enjoy this activity. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe and positive. I'll see you next time. Bye.